then we will have the final equation will be Q in the denominator, and marginal cost minus total cost divided by Q, it would be average cost, right? So we have this 1 over Q, marginal cost minus average cost. So the manipulation of this should not be difficult, and I will encourage you not afraid of this, is just apply the application of the rules. Okay? Let's interpret the result. So in this part, we see marginal cost falls below average cost. So the marginal cost is smaller than average cost, right? And a smaller marginal cost minus a bigger average cost, this term would be negative. Okay? A negative what? A negative slope of AC curve. So we just see the AC curve falls, and the slope is negative, which corresponds to a smaller marginal cost and a higher average cost. But if the AC curve is positive, when average cost increases in this part, when the average cost increases, then we know this is the slope of the AC curve. It is positive, so we may conclude that marginal cost must exceed average cost. So you will see marginal cost is above average cost, right? So marginal cost is higher than average cost within this part. Is that clear? So you find a correspondence of the diagram and mathematics. Once again, you need to learn how to interpret this term. This is actually the slope of the tangent line of AC curve. So, or more compact, the slope of AC curve. When the slope is negative, then we know marginal cost must be fall below average cost, because the slope of the curve equals this result. And we want it to be negative so that the marginal cost is less than average cost. Okay, let me give you an intuitive example as our final slide. Okay, think that if I'm handing out your midterm exam papers, so the first student got 80 points, and if the second student got 70 points, and the third 90 points. So far, what is the average for these three students? 80, right? So their average would be 80. Is the average. And then what if the fourth students got 75 points? The total score, the total would be 240. So far, the class got 240 in sum, right? For the first three students. And the fourth, so it's a marginal. So this student contributes a marginal of 75 to the total. If he or she contributes 75, then the total will increase from 240 to 315. Is that right? So this is the marginal contribution of the score, the total score. and the marginal is below or less than the average. So what do you think the average will become? It will goes up or goes down? Now the average is 80, and I contribute an extra one of 75. So it makes the average goes down, right? It lowers the average. So you will see 350 divided by 4 must be less than 80, right? So a smaller marginal, smaller than average, a smaller marginal can make the average going down. So a smaller marginal than average makes the average going down, right? And a higher marginal, so if the marginal is not 75, like 85, so 85 is higher than 80, then it will become 325 divided by 4, it exceeds 80, right? So a higher marginal contribution make the average goes up. Okay? So it's an intuition or an interpretation together with a diagram, together with mathematics. So I want you to learn in this semester or in this academic year to learn all of these three things: mathematics, diagrams, and interpretations. Okay, that's the goal of this course. Now let's do one thing first before we work with the... Please use your cell phone. Oops. Okay. Okay, now you can scan the QR code. You scan the QR code and you will go to a Google form. Please input, this is the stage. Input your seats. So I need your name, your student ID, and your corresponding seats. So that I would know who of you are in the class today. Any difficulties in scanning the QR code? If you cannot scan on the screen, you may go to the stage to scan here.